you are keeping too much. Most likely. I mean, I realize I don't know you, but most likely you are keeping too much. Remember that we have the internet now. You don't need things like instruction manuals, warranties. You don't need any of that. Take a picture of it or just get rid of it, because you can Google things up later so much faster than you can even find the papers in your house, especially if you're keeping way too much paper clutter. So I used to keep things like our car seat manuals, and I'd highlight all the information that was most important, like what weight you needed to stop using the latch and attach it with the seat belt. And now I actually passed on a seat that was not expired and hadn't been in an accident to a friend, and I just texted her the link for the manual. It's all online now. You do not need that stuff. The other thing I found with things like instruction manuals is that you can honestly, here's a plug for YouTube, just type it into YouTube and be like, oh, my Keurig coffee maker's doing this weird thing, and somebody will have a video that's a minute and 30 seconds telling you exactly how to fix your specific problem, which might not have even been listed in the manual. One exception that I make for getting rid of paperwork is medical bills. I do try and keep medical bills, and I actually have a trick that you probably won't believe, but you might want to hear me out on this. I don't pay medical bills the first time they come. You remember Monica and Friends, and it's like, how can you not just pay the phone bill the second it comes? Don't pay your medical bills the first time they come, because they are so often wrong. They so often haven't gotten run through insurance properly, or not all parts of them have been run through insurance. We get medical bills where you get two bills with two different amounts, but if you look really closely at them, you realize that they sent the bills 2 days apart and they arrived on the same day, so you hadn't paid the first one, but then they rolled the amount onto the second one. Now let me tell you, if you pay the full amount for both of those, they don't then just like send you your money back. That doesn't happen. They take the money, they close the bill out, and you never see it again. So you want to be a little more careful with medical bills than with other things. And if it is a large medical bill, I highly suggest not paying it the first time it comes. They will send you another one. Or if it is a large bill and that sounds crazy and you're like, there's no way I cannot pay a bill and let it become overdue, call about the large medical bills, because they are often wrong. You want to talk to somebody on the other end who can make sure that it's been run through insurance. For example, luckily we knew this when we had our second baby. We got a bill for $8,000 for my epidural. And before you start judging me for getting an epidural, let me tell you, I tried not to. I was so gung-ho. I was trying for a VBAC. I did not have a VBAC. So we got this bill for $8,000. And the guy was a jerk anyway, so I was angry. I was like, I am not paying him. He was a jerk. He was like, oh, it's not that bad, when he came in, and I'd been waiting for him to show up for like 3 hours, and I had just had a contraction that lasted for 45 minutes. Did you know that was possible? Because I didn't. He came in and he was all mouthy about like, oh, it's not that bad. A guy who clearly has never experienced this kind of pain in his life. And then I'm supposed to pay him $8,000? I was like, yeah, no, I'm not paying him $8,000. I called, and it turned out that they had typed in our insurance number wrong. I owed $0 on that particular bill because it was lumped in with my other hospital stuff, which had a set payment. I owed $0 on an $8,000 bill. Had I paid that bill, they would have just taken my money and closed out the bill, and I never would have been the wiser, except I would have been so much poorer. So if you're anything like me, you might be under the disillusion that you have more than 24 hours in your day, and you don't. No one does. We all get 24. It's not enough a lot of the time, but you will do better if you stop keeping things that you think you're going to deal with and get to that you won't ever actually do anything with. A book fair that you're not going to order from, a catalog that you're not going to order from, a recipe somebody gave you that you're never actually going to make because it's way fussier than anything you would ever cook. One of those chain letters where you send like stickers to 10 people and then you get 150 things of stickers. Like, just say no, guys, just say no, because you're not actually gonna do that. These things add to our stress because we know that they're there, we see that they're there, we remember that they're there, and we think that we have to deal with them when in reality we just need to let go of our fantasy self and move on with what we actually want to spend our time on. So sometimes you just need to use the most underused word in the English language, no. No, I'm not going to sign up for that. No, I don't have time to volunteer for that. No, I'm not going to mend that. No, we're not going to take part in that activity. No, 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 and no is a complete sentence. You don't even have to have the qualifier on the end. Say no to things that aren't in line with your priorities and that don't need to take your time. So the fewer things you commit to will also help declutter your home and your mind. So now I want to show you some of these principles put to use. Let's dive into this giant stack of papers that have been plaguing me for months. I actually think the bottom of the stack is years old. Years, people. Years of paperwork that I have not dealt with. It's actually near our dog's water dish, and I'm a little worried pretty soon it's going to avalanche into her water dish. So it's something that has just been put off, and we're gonna see what we can get through. Now, Dana K. White from A Slob Comes Clean has a great tip. You wanna have a black trash bag so that things that go in it are then unseen and you don't make a decision more than once about something. Once it's in there, you don't go diving for it. And your recycling bin if you have recycling in your area. The first thing that she recommends you do is just quickly go through a stack of paper and look for trash so that you can make your pile smaller and then it will seem less intimidating the next time you get to it. Let's see, we've got some report cards for our kids. I would trash these, but apparently my husband wants them filed in their memory boxes, but I have memory boxes for them now. This is an old family Christmas card. I was gonna try and make sure that our kids had one of those from each year also in their memory boxes. This is a journal about like home repairs that we need to do. So I think what I wanna do with that is just transfer those to a file online. I'm gonna digitize this. Hey, $2. I think I had that from when I was a teacher and the kids had never seen a $2 bill, but I'm not teaching right now, so I can just spend that. This is our recycling sign. I just need to get that onto our recycling bin. So part of this is actually dealing with stuff, right? Remember, we're not just moving stuff around, so actually dealing with this. Oh, that means I have to actually deal with this too. This is a lot of work. Okay, this is a card that got returned, so I need to find out their actual address. So I am going to put that in my action folder. These are addresses I was going to update when I sent out Christmas cards, which I didn't send out. Ooh, that looks like a really good recipe, but I never make it if it's in this pile, so I should put it with my recipes, which are right here. Car insurance for our old car insurance. I don't need any of that. There's another report card. Asthma management plan. This would be for our, oh no, that is for our son. He doesn't actually have asthma. He just can't breathe when he gets sick, just like our daughter. Oh my gosh, this stuff is so old. Garbage. Wait, no, that was a tax receipt. Ah, just what I was talking about, an instruction manual. I will look it up online if I need it. Oh, the plan for our mudroom. But I don't need that anymore. Mudroom's right there. We built it. Yep, I don't need this. All right. Ooh, good. A lot of this is the same thing. It's all from the refinance. I think you're supposed to keep this stuff. I don't know. Long-term filing. Okay, this is banking stuff. Because when you open a bank account, it doesn't automatically start with electronic paperwork. But now I've got it all on eDocs. I think I'm gonna put all these checkbooks downstairs. We don't write checks, like twice a year. Ooh, I love these things. Organizing. I don't know if I need it for anything though. Ooh, another recipe. Ooh. I put recipes I'm gonna try in here, and then if I really like them, I actually hand write them onto a recipe card because that's how I end up using them the most. Oh, it's our daughter, 88th percentile for height. So that's long term. Okay, immunization summary for our daughter and our son. Those go downstairs. Paperwork for our dog. Oh, her certificate of vaccination, that's handy. Apparently this stack had every report card our daughter has ever gotten, and now our son. These are from 2 years ago. Okay, so from that giant pile, I've now gotten it down to this that needs to go downstairs and actually get filed in our long-term storage. This is a pile of my husband's stuff. I don't mess with his stuff. Have to find a safe home for the checkbook. And that's it. So even if I stopped here, called it a night, my stack went from this to this. so much more manageable and it doesn't feel overwhelming. Plus now I know what's in there. Awesome. Remember, sharing my videos and subscribing to my channel are free, my favorite price. So feel free to do that and I will see you next time. You've got this, mamas.